Happy Friday, Lion Golf Academy members and guests. We got Megan Khang on the screen. We're going to let this thing play in the background. I just downloaded this, ripped it from the website. I don't know if that's the terminology you use. Yes, I'm a boomer, so I just downloaded this. We're going to take a look at this replay from an LPGA event, ShopRite Classic, and take a look at her swing. Nobody recommended this to me. I just randomly chose somebody, and I thought her swing looked fairly interesting. Yes, I've seen that before. What we're going to do is just watch this and maybe diagnose a few swings, look at her cause and effect, and maybe see why some of these golf swings were misses. But most of the time, misses do happen. Doesn't matter how good you are. Let's take a look. Slow motion there. Yeah, she's pretty steep, and man, that did look like it hurt. But let's go back to that first swing, because that one looked pretty interesting to try and diagnose and see if we can set this up. So, if you're new to this channel, we try and upload a video a day now, and we just randomly pick some people to diagnose. And let me just zoom in so we don't have to break out your magnifying glasses. All right. So let's take a look at why this golf ball went hard left. And let's see if we can diagnose something. Now, these lines are going to be much bigger just because we zoomed in, and we're going to draw some basic lines. Let's get Barney Purple up there because he's got to make his appearance, and let's just put that right over the head. Yeah. So you take a look at this motion. It is pretty solid, obviously. She's anybody on the tour, LPGA, PGA, they're going to have a solid motion. But we can see as you take that club back, it's very much on that lower plane line. She is moving her weighting back to her heels as she takes it back, so she gets a little bit closer on that back brace line, this little line over here. But then right at midway point, you can see her arms kind of disconnect slightly and pull that club further back. And then her tilting as she gets to the top is pretty good. And right there, I wish we had a face on. You can see this whole left side kind of collapse. And you notice with her knee is moving inward. And when it starts to move inward, we can tell that there is some sort of stacking going on. That's a horrible arrow. Some sort of stacking going on. See, that knee goes in. And you can also see her whole upper body kind of leans towards the target slightly. Now, if you tip back, you can time it, and that's fine. If you stay on that left side too much, you can block it, or maybe catch your hands and make your hands catch up, and you can double cross yourself. But let's take a look at her action on the way down. So you can see she did definitely her triangle. Let's see if we can get this without it being so big. But her triangle is here, so she is stuck on her right side, so very much connected to her body. Now, the only one issue with this is if we draw a line where her arms would like to venture, they would kind of like to go down that triangle right where it's pointing. And let's see if it happens. Yeah, see, her arms go right down there, so that's pretty good. A little long in the backswing, and right there you can see a shaft flutter. It does get to that lower plane line. And then right here we can see increase of tilting, lower body's moving out the way. So this is really good. It could just be a hand manipulation, but you can see there is a definite increase of tilt going on there. So let's back up and see what her tilting is, because if it is too much tilt, that can get some issues too. So let's see where her tilt should be. Let's pull out this arrow here. Forgive me. How's your day going? Hope you guys are going to get ready to play some golf on the weekend. I haven't played golf in a while, but I wish I can go out there sometime. So we're going to eyeball at 33 degrees. Let's see if she gets to the top at 33 degrees. Okay, yeah, she does pretty good there. And then right at impact, one frame past impact, yeah, that's a lot of increase of tilt. So she has jumped up almost 40 degrees of tilting. So yeah, this is a very tilty swing. It could be stack and tilt like, which could explain why she gets at the top and leans towards the target and kind of tilts back under, and hands maybe just got a little bit quick there. So that looks like it started out right of her path, so right of her target, and then drew back left. So that means the face angle is closed relative to the path. So that could just be quick hands to try and save something. But you can see, let's zoom out here again, and so we're not super close now. I hope that's about right. Okay, clear up these lines. So yeah, that's another thing too with when you get too tilty, you can definitely come into the ground pretty heavy, but you can see she gets away with it. I mean, that's, to injure your hand and to feel like you missed it and still hit it 25, 30 feet, that's pretty solid. So watch those shoulders. Yeah. So let's back up with that one because that's a good one to look at too. And we might actually get to see some shaft going on here. And you have to forgive my computer. It is dinosaur, and I am not about to spend $2,000 on a new computer yet. By the way, I'm looking for some new digs at our Coachella Valley, and it could be an indoor facility. And if that's the case, I'll have a launch monitor set up, and I'll do my YouTube channel from indoor there. We can do actual swing mechanics while we're swinging. So stay tuned if you're not a member. We do take memberships here, 99 cents. It goes straight to the kids, Heal the Hood Foundation. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. Love to have you on board here. Now, it's hard to tell if this is a camera switching. You see the camera moving slightly, but she definitely leans into it. There goes that left leg. So this is borderline stack and tilty. She does get to that upper plane line pretty good, but you can see her whole body's leaning more over. And her hands, she's got to get those hands down quick. So this is all tilting. So look at that right shoulder. Look how much it's tilting. So when you enact that tilt and you're starting to move left of the target, you crash, you run out of room. So you have to really tilt under, and it could cause for some heaviness. And you can see that's very heavy when she comes on out. And her arms try to escape much lower. And when you are tilting so much to try and get your arms to untrap themselves and you finish lower, you can see it's tilt and turn, as opposed to some of us turn and tilt. So it really depends on how your body's made up. But that's unfortunate about her wrist. Now let's just keep playing and see what goes on from here. By the way, sparkling organic cider, really good. All right, here's another one. Yeah, you can see she crashes a little bit into the golf ball there. So let's back up and look at that again. And the great thing about watching pros like this that are the best in the world, you know, you can, the more you watch videos, and it's not necessarily my channel, you can watch anybody's channel that diagnose swings, you'll see that the best in the world share things in common. Most of it is just balance and footwork, rotation, some connection, some connect longer than others, some use one plane, two plane, stack and tilt, some rotation, square to square. I mean, you could name it. Some have hybrids of all of them. So there's no one way to swing a golf club, which is the great thing. But you have to look at a way to make yourself do it over and over the exact same way. So as long as you can do it over and over, and it gives you some sort of repeating ball flight. That's all you're looking for. And as long as you can plan for that ball flight, yeah, we're going to miss some on occasion. But if your misses are way right and way left, and you don't know which one you're going to miss, that's hard to play your miss. Because like for her, let's say she knows she misses at left, she's not going to aim, you know, let's say I can't tell where the pin is, but let's say the pin is there. She's not going to aim there if she misses at left because all that's in place. So she's going to aim, oh, there's the pin. Man, my eyes are horrible. So there's the pin. So she might not aim at the pin, knowing that if she misses it, she's going to end up over here in the weeds. So she might aim, you know, right edge of the green. And if she misses it left, it's going to miss near the hole. But if she aims right edge and she misses it right, now she's in the trees. So it's hard to play misses unless you have a consistent miss. Hopefully that makes sense to you. But let's look at this swing. So good job with that lower plane line. We can see that there's some turn. Not a lot of turn, more tilt. So we can see that left shoulder tilting down, which gets her to be a little bit lower. Now she gets her hands higher because more tilt, you get higher. And we can see this angle here that she's established. Shoulder tilt is right perpendicular to that spine angle. So that's pretty solid. And now let's look at the motion of the hands. So you can see it's very steep with the hands, and she flattens out her shaft, but her hand path is still pretty steep. So to make that unsteep, comes the tilting. So there goes that right tilt to push those hands back down, and really good job here. So you can see how much she's moving into her back brace line, still crunched down, still striking down on the golf ball, maintains that tilt, but look how close those hands are. As she tilts, now she turns. So there's the turn after the tilt, and because of that, the hands will escape a little bit lower, and you can see there's club shaft is up here while the hands are going to peek out right about there. So you can tell a lot by this swing. This is a solid swing. And let's see what happens to this golf ball. Which way did it miss? Yeah, just which way did it miss? Almost in the hole. I mean, that's pretty solid. You can see why she's rising up the ranks. Nice little putting stroke there. Pretty solid player. All right, let's take a look at this ball flight. Okay, it's hard. No data metrics, but let's see which side it was. Yeah, so it looks like she's playing, it looks like she wants to play lefts. So that might be her ball flight, if she's playing lefts. So let's go back here and take a look if that did. Man, see what I have to work with? I get this dinosaur. All right. Okay, there goes that. See that little tilt there? And watch the left knee. So the left knee is going to buckle, and there goes the tilt. And look at the weight. So the weight's going to the left side, right there, left side. So this is definite stack and tilty. And now from here, hands are much higher, very close to the body, and that's really good. She's keeping things compressed and tight. So this is a very body-driven motion as she strikes the ball. And now comes the tilt. There goes that tilt. Look at that. Tilt and drive. The lower body's driving out the way to create the room. So you have to get the weight to go left, to push it back brace line against here, to give you some real estate to allow the tilt to occur. And now watch the shoulders. Shoulders from here are going to turn. And there goes that release. So that release, could cause some look at that club face. It's completely shut there. So it goes from, fairly neutral to shut. And this is a very unique swing. Hard swing to teach. Hard swing to teach. And most of these good, best in the world guys and girls, there's very little a coach can do when you come to somebody with that much talent. I've taught thousands of juniors at our academies, and you can't teach talent. You can teach work ethic and drive and dedication. Two things you can't teach is the love for the game and talent. Now, if you find somebody talented, you don't necessarily change anything. You just let them evolve on their own, and you guide them. If you see their swings move in one certain area that can create some issues, then you guide them. But you don't sit there and redo their swings, because most of these guys and girls that make it this far just find their swing on their own. Look at this. I mean, she knows her motion. There's another great shot there. Good line on the ball. Hope you guys are doing that. Excuse me, guys and girls. Great demeanor, too, on the golf course, she looks like she has. Yeah, so she crunches down, and you can see that ball flight. That's her natural ball flight. Let's watch that again with my super-duper fast computer. It's like a lottery here. Okay. So there goes that tilt. So left shoulder tilts down. Very compressed with the arms. Weight's stuck on the left side. She has to unstick it. And they go, look at that. So the lower body gets out of the way. Look at the lower body. Boom. Getting out of the way, creating the real estate. Because they're tight, her right elbow is tight to her chest, it can't go anywhere. It can't all of a sudden create room on its own. So because it's connected, this is the head cover under the arm drill I want to warn you to not do, because unless maybe that's what she was given. She was given a head cover as a kid, and all she did was develop the swing. So who knows? But for you, try not to use the head cover in the drill unless you can get your body out the way. So watch the back. Watch this. Watch the feet push all the way back to here. Watch this back brace line. Okay, we're going to see how the body gets further away. Right there. Look at that. Creates the room. Now she's got the real estate. Tilts and then turns. Boom. And there's a release. So closed club face. So this is definitely her ball flight. That low, punchy draw. And it can get away from you like we saw her on the first hole, where it got away from her and produced a bigger sling hook. I can also see it producing a block if she doesn't get it in time. There it is. Look at that. Crashing. Look at that. Slightly left of the hole again. So it's definitely a low left favorite ball flight of hers. And I would imagine every now and then comes the double cross with the block right. Look at that scorecard. Pretty solid. All right, let's see this. That's good. Let's see which side it finished on. Yeah, look at that. So it landed right side and kicked back left side. So she's playing that little sweepy draw. Let's see this one. Good aim. That looks solid. Divot's going left. Let's see where the ball is. There's that block. Or it could be where she aimed, but I could see that happening too. But she's probably a smart player. That's probably where she was aiming, just because look at the left side. That's all bushy rough. With her miss, she's probably playing, if I'm going to aim to the right side. If I hit it good and hit my natural draw, it's going to go to the hole. If I leave it out there, it's going to be right side. And that's just smart play. So if you guys and girls watching this and you know where you're going to miss, play for your misses. And even if you hit a good shot and your good shots are left, play for that right side when the trouble's left. There goes that shot again. So see that? That ball flight? It's that left draw. And look at that. She played it perfectly. So even on a par 3, she's playing that little high draw into the hole. She's going to make this. Good alignment, good putt. Look at that, man. What a great putt. She is surely exciting. 4 under on the back through 5 on the back. Okay, let's see this. Is she going to crash and go left? Yeah, look at that. And a lot of turn after she hits the golf ball, too. Yeah, see that? It's going left as she finishes, so that's definitely her ball flight. I want to watch that again. Oh, I should have... Oh, man, my computer. I should have hit pause. Okay, there we go. There goes that stack down and left. There goes the knees, right? Very compressed, very tight. Let's see. Lower body gets out away. And there goes that tilt. Look at that right shoulder tilting under to make sure the path is corrected. The tilting of the shoulders for her helps her maintain her path, helps her hands from not going left, but they're going right just long enough to correct the path. And then the hands right there, boom, look at the hand release. And look how low the hands come through. Look at that club face. It's completely shut there. So it shows you how much she really gets her hands involved. And that low follow through. So really solid swing. This is a powerful swing. If you can time it right, it is power. Now, I don't want you guys to go on the range, guys and girls, to go on the range tomorrow and say, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try to stack and put the head cover, stack and tilt and really whip around. You'll probably break your wrist, so don't do that. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Love that swing. See that little draw coming in there? So this is a girl that knows her game. This is a girl that knows how to hit a ball consistently. Oh, man. She made that. And you know she wanted to make that. She wanted to go 5 under on the back. Oh, you can tell when you hit that one. That's disappointing for her. Maybe a little mental mistake. That iron shot miss, that happens. Mental mistake, maybe the chip trying to get too aggressive. Good shot. There it is again. That nice little draw. Even with like a sand wedge, she's drawing it in there. Where is she? There she goes. It's good. Good chip. Landing spot perfect. So let me talk about that real quick. I see a lot of amateurs make this mistake. So when you are chipping, right? If this was you guys and girls, where you can, let's just say the average golfer, 16 handicap, you should not be using a high lofted wedge like she is. Put that throw it away. When I give short game lessons to my students, I say, bring a club, bring your favorite club. And they, 99% of the time, always bring the lob wedge, the sand wedge for shots around the green like this. I'd say, man, give me that club. I throw it in the bushes. I say, go get me like a 6-iron or a 7-iron, because that limits the damage. To use a club like she uses, she probably practices that same chip night and day, hours upon hours, and she's picking a spot probably, if I'm going to guess, let's just say she picks a spot here, because she knows that her land and roll, she knows her ratios. She knows that, hey, this is probably, let's say this is 30 feet. I need to pick a club that'll land 12 feet and roll 18 feet. That's my ratio. I know my sand wedge can do that when I go from here to here. Most of us don't do that. We don't plan anything. So I want you to start pacing out your total feet. So 1 yard is 3 feet. So just pace it out. If it's 20 yards, you got 60 feet. Choose a club. The 6-iron is probably 30% flight, 70% run. So start with that 6. And then if you have a 20-yard chip, try and land the ball 6 yards, because that's 30%, right? I hope I'm doing the math right. But let's take a look where she landed it. She landed it right about there. And now you see she knows that land and the roll. And look, that's why they're so good chipping, because they practice all day. And if you don't have time to practice and you have a job and you have a family, Stick with longer clubs, hybrids, 4-irons, 7-irons. Those are your friends. You don't need a lot to hit chips like that. Let's see if we finish it out here on 18. What's she going to make? Okay, good. There's that little high draw again. Straighten it out a little bit, but it's still moving left. You can see it land and roll left. So she definitely has that motion. So I hope you can see why she hits the ball like that. Maybe a block? Oh yeah, block. No, that's her miss. She missed it left. It's okay. Good side of the green to miss it on. You got a lot of pin to work with. You know, worst side is on the right side. You don't want to be in that heather with no green to work with. Look at this. What club did she have? Oh, that's a mental mistake. That was the wrong club. She probably should have had that 7-iron and just kind of rocked it up there. This looks like a longer club. A little bump and run. Good chip. Get in. All right, so she recovered okay. I think she made a par, right? Because that's a par 5. So I hope this helps you guys and girls watching this. I know we could do a little diagnosis and we watch a little video together. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you're going to go play some golf. And if you do, just remember some tips that we learned today. I don't want you to go out there and start stacking, tilting, and pretend you're her because you might break your wrist, and that's not a good thing to do. One last time, let's look at this first tee shot. Boom! Look at that. That's the miss that she plays. And it can get away from you, but you know what? She still shot, 64, 65, something like that. So it works for her. Hope that helps you. Make sure you choose the right club when you're chipping. I will see you tomorrow, and have a great night, great safe Friday. Fairways and green.